welcome to Magical Travel Adventure. I am Lauren. I am your host. And yes, my voice is a little off. I am dealing with some serious allergies this year. This is like my worst allergy season yet. But I'm still here today. We are going to talk about preparing for a road trip. So, not everyone drives to their vacation. Not everyone flies to their location. Sometimes people drive. And in my family, we are both road trippers and we love to fly. This in the summer, normally what happens is when I get out of school, we end up starting our road trip. And we like that because in New England, we don't have always an end date to our school year because of all the snow. So, planning plane tickets and when we can leave and can we leave by this time and would we need to cancel or reschedule gets kind of complicated for us. So, we know that coming from New England, if we want to go to Florida, driving in the summer, especially because it doesn't matter, I have as much time off as I want in the summer, that's fine. My husband can work from anywhere, so that doesn't really bother us either. So it's just a matter of taking my son out of daycare. And we get to do that in the summer anyway, so we're very lucky. So for our road trip each year, we do different things. Now, my husband and I did it before we had kids. I did it when it was just me. When I had my dog, he and I would do road trips in the summer. So I'm very used to it. I drive to Florida every year. My mom lives down there, so we typically stay with her and then go back and forth to Disney. If you've been following me on Instagram, I've been talking about this whole trip that we are going on. So if you want to follow me there, please, the link is below. You can follow me on Instagram at Magical Travel Adventure. And also, if you like this content, if you can like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification, that would be great so you can get more updates. I pretty much go live every Monday. And I forgot to announce that I keep forgetting to announce it on Instagram too. But in July, I am going to be going live every day of July on YouTube. So I'm going to be bringing you different content, Disney World, cruising, Universal. Some of the travel agents that I work with are coming on. Kevin is coming back on. I have a few other guests that I'm working on right now. But for 31, more like 32 days, I'll be going live every single day to bring you new content. And it's going to be so awesome. So you definitely want to make sure that you are subscribed so you can get all those things. I'm going to have some more information about it next week also. So I'll make sure to share that with you. But today we are talking about road tripping. So the biggest thing that I do to prepare for a road trip is we get our car serviced. We've kind of scheduled our car to be serviced at the end of May, beginning of June every year, so that we make sure that it's all set. We make sure to get our tires done, all that stuff. So that is like the big major thing. If you're going on a longer road trip, that is the biggest thing that I would say. You want your car to work, you want your car to make it. Obviously, there's things that you can't predict that are going to happen, but you're doing the best you can to prepare. The next thing that I do, because I have a child, is I clean out the car because no matter what, there's just stuff everywhere. And so I am in the process right now of cleaning out our car, getting out absolutely everything that we can, wiping it down, making it clean so that when we go in the car, it feels nice and it doesn't seem like, oh, we're in the car again. So we're super excited about that part. I love cleaning out the car, love just having the essentials in there. We don't need all this stuff, especially now my son is 4. He's much more verbal. He knows things. He knows what we need, what we don't need in the car. And so we don't have to have as much in the car in preparation. Now, the other thing that I've done is last year when I went on our trip, I bought a bunch of stuff for my son to do in the car. Some of it was a hit, some of it was a miss. This year, I've definitely gotten different things. I know that, and I will, maybe I'll show you guys the stuff that I'm getting for him. It's not all here yet, but hopefully it'll be here next week. So, but that stuff is really helpful and it's stuff that he can do like with his hands. They're like games that he can do with his hands, different spelling activities that he can do. He has like this little, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a little table that kind of goes over him so he can rest things on it. So it's everything's not resting on him. And he likes that. He's really into the alphabet right now. So we're trying to get some stuff for the alphabet for him. But it's just like a really nice amount of stuff for him because we actually do a trial. He has an iPad so he can watch some stuff, but he seems to be getting car sick from watching the iPad for too long, or if he needs to eat or drink or anything, he can't also additionally watch the iPad. So we're trying to be mindful of that because we're trying to get to Florida in 2 days, but we're doing the bulk of it the first day and then a small portion the second day. So we'll see how it goes. Now, for some people, they like to make reservations on how far they're going to get and make a hotel reservation. We are not doing that. We are planning on just driving, and then when we feel like it and we feel like we can't go any further, then we're going to stop and stay for the night. I have a goal of where I want to get to the first day, but we'll see if we get there. I know that last year when we did it in 3 stops because we were stopping to see people along the way because we had gotten our vaccines. So we were able to visit some more people that we haven't seen along the way. This time, we're not doing that as much. We are just going to Florida to see my mom and then coming back. We're trying to maximize that time with my mom and just visit her this time. So that is also something. So we're not preparing for that, but some people do like to prepare for that. I have looked in the general vicinity, like I know different places where we stayed last year. We might stay there again. And they have openings. So there are just a lot of places that you can stay. And with 2 people driving, it's easy because one person can navigate and one person can be checking the traffic and things like that. The other thing I have been doing is checking the traffic. If you don't know, 95 on the East Coast is a challenge. So, especially in the summer. And so we've been looking at the traffic, or I've been looking at the traffic to see, where it is at certain parts, guessing on where we'll be at certain parts of the day, and trying to decide, is the traffic going to be really bad? We have 2 options. We don't have to take 95. It's just easier to take 95 for us. So we're trying to I'm just watching that traffic. There is a part, if you don't know, that part between DC and Richmond can be really, really bad on 95. So that's the main part that I'm looking for. And you should know that on 95, there are some states where there are rest stops on the highway and other places where you need to get off to get gas and things like that. So we do know that pretty much through, I don't even know if it is in Virginia, but pretty much coming from New York all the way down into Maryland. They're all on the highway. Like you don't have to get off the highway. There are rest stops there. But starting in Virginia or further along in Virginia, they are not on the highway and you have to get off. And then, starting every so often you'll get like a quick rest stop, but there's no food. It's just vending machines or things like that, or no gas. It's just bathrooms. But then when you get to Florida, there's a really cool place, the Florida Welcome Center. I love that place. So, and again, that doesn't really have food, but it's just like a nice welcome center. And it's like you've arrived at Florida. So that's always fun. So those are some of the things. The other things that I'm getting ready is just having all our chargers for the car. So obviously, if we're in the car, we're using a phone to navigate. Sometimes my husband has to work while he's in the car. If my son does want his iPad, we have it all charged up, ready to go with everything downloaded on it. And we have the charger for that just in case. I always have external battery charges that are fully charged because I never know when I'm going to need them. If it's a really hard work day, then I have to do work in the car. So thankfully, Disney is doing their release for 2023 packages before I go on this trip, so that will make my life a lot easier. But the other thing that we do is we do prepare to have snacks, and we do actually sometimes make my son like lunch or dinner. Um, to bring along with us. We don't typically like we'll eat whatever, but our we try and have better snacks. I'm really my husband's so good. He tries to have really good snacks for us to have, and I'm always the one sneaking in the bad snacks. So I'm working on it this time where I'm going to focus on having the good snacks in the car and iced tea. Got to have my iced tea, and I've oh, it's not here anymore. I normally have my tea kettle sitting right here, my travel tea kettle, but it's already packed for our trip because I am ready to go and I need my tea kettle with me at all times because I am not a coffee drinker. I am 100% a tea drinker. Iced tea, hot tea. I like hot tea all the time, but iced tea is also nice, like midday. I like that a midday drink. No sugar. I don't like anything in it. So, except this week, I've been putting in some honey for my voice. But yes, so those are my big things. And stay tuned because I will show the stuff that I'm bringing for my son in the car. So, if you want to follow me on Magical Travel Adventure on Instagram, I'll be definitely doing stuff there. If you're interested in what our trip looks like and can't wait for July for me to talk about it, then you can again follow me on Magical Travel Adventure. And you want to make sure that you are subscribed and liked and bell notification because in July I am going live every single day on this channel to bring you great content. And also, if you have ideas that you want me to cover or things that you have questions on, please put them in the comments and I will help to answer them and maybe I'll do a video about them. All right, until next time, have a wonderful day, everyone.